Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Wanwar Ashraf Hakimi bin Wan Mansur, and my metric number is B132410675. Today, me and my groupmate would like to talk about manufacturing process that involves in making steel cooking pot. Steel cooking pots undergo a multi-stage manufacturing process, starting with raw steel. Key techniques include rolling, stamping, and deep drawing, which transform the material into the desired shape and size. Rolling reduces the thickness of the steel, while stamping creates a specific shapes like the pot's base. Deep drawing forms the pot sides by pressing the steel into a mold. This process, combined with quality control measures, ensure the final product is durable, functional, and safe for everyday kitchen use.
Okay, next from me, Muhammad Irfan. Okay, I want to explain the first process we choose, which is rolling process. Okay, I want to explain one by one the steps that are required in this process. Firstly, we have to choose the best material for this product, which is steel cooking pot. So obviously the material are the steel. Okay, then for the rolling process, the main objective for this process is to reduce the thickness of steel sheet and make it suitable for forming a pot. Okay, there are two types of rolling: hot rolling and cold rolling. For the hot rolling, the temperature is above the recrystallization temperature, and for the cold working rolling, below the recrystallization temperature. And for the hot rolling, the temperature is above 0.6 times the melting point, and for the cold working, lesser than 0.3 times melting temperature. And for the steel, it's normally required 1093 degree temperature Celsius for the hot working, and for the cold working, normally we use for the room temperature. And after that, we have to control the thickness and the finishing, and lastly we have to coil the steel. That's all from me. Next, second process.
The next process is stamping process of steel cooking pot. The first step in the stamping process is blanking. The flat steel sheet is cut into the circular blanks using blanking die as the picture shown. The second step is initial forming. The blank is placed into a die and press it to create a shallow cup like shape of basic of the pot shape. The third step is redrawing. The partially formed pot is passed through the successive dies to deepen the shape and refine the walls. And the next step is the timing. It accesses the materials around the rim of the pot is trimmed to create the smooth and clean the edges. The next step is basic forming. Its specific features such as grooves or patterns may be added to the pot's base for stability or functionality. The last step is surface finishing. The steel pot is polish, remove imperfections and improve the appearance. These are the stamping processes to shape a flat steel sheet into the pot shape.
The next process is the deep drawing process, a specialized forming process to transform flat sheets into deep hollow shapes like pots. So these are the steps that is required when doing deep drawing process. So first is blank placement. A circular blank is placed on the die. Second is drawing. A punch pushes the blank into the die cavity, so that is drawing basically. And then the third is material flow, meaning the metal that flows radially inward and downward to maintain a uniform thickness during the formation. And then the fourth is redrawing. This is only when if it is needed. If the depth exceeds the material's penny limit, the pot undergoes additional drawing operations with smaller dies to achieve its desired depth. And then is trimming and flanging. Excess material is trimmed and the rim may be flanged for reinforcement. And then comes ironing. This is also optional. To ensure uniform wall thickness, ironing dies are used to compress the walls. And finally, but not least, inspection. The final pot is inspected for uniformity, surface quality, and structural integrity.
So the conclusion is steel cooking pot production involves a meticulous process. Rolling flattens the steel, ensuring consistent thickness for strength and heat distribution. Stamping cuts the initial shape, optimizing material use and preparing for further forming. Deep drawing molds the pot shape, creating smooth, even walls while maintaining structural integrity. These steps, combined with quality control, result in a durable, functional, and visually appealing kitchen essential. Thank you.
So finally, I will present to you about our reference. Where do we get the details about process of steel cooking pot? For the first link, it is about rolling process. For the second link, it is about the manufacturing process of steel cooking pot. So for the third one, the link it is called about stamping of the pot shape. For the fourth one, it is more details about the stamping process. So for the last one, which is fifth link, it is called about deep drawing process. As you can see, there is 3 process we can make to be a product of steel cooking pot. First one is rolling process, second one is stamping process, and then lastly, the third one is deep drawing process. So I will end it with thank you to our lecturer, Mr. Ruzi, and our all member group.